Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining this morning. Welcome back if you're watching this video again or just joining us for practice even for the first time. And just a shout out to Debbie, Amy, Julie, Doug, Lindsay, and anyone else who might be joining us this morning. We are going to do just a 30-minute guided flow, trying to focus more on reflecting how your body feels in each pose. So we'll be spending a little more time in each pose versus the quick breathing from flow to flow. So if you would though, go ahead and lay flat on your mats. You'll probably need at least one block or a pillow during your practice. And we'll get started. Just starting off in Shavasana, flat on your back. And just in every single pose, notice how all parts of your body are feeling. If there's anything that's tight in the muscles, the back. How your breathing feels on the inhale and then the exhale. Trying to lengthen through the spine, taking the chin down just slightly. Just taking this time for yourself, letting go of any thoughts that don't serve you for the next 30 minutes. If it's anger, fear, anxiety, stress, maybe your body's not feeling 100%, but that's just the vessel, right? Next, inhale, take a nice deep breath in, filling up the lungs and all the way to the belly, even maybe resting your hands on the belly to feel that fill with air. Pause at the top of the breath and then slowly exhale everything out, taking the belly buttons all the way to the spine to exhale that last bit of air. And then we'll do a counted breath, inhaling slowly for 6. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause at the top of the breath. And slowly exhale everything out. Taking the belly buttons to the spine again. And take one more 6 count breath at your own pace. Inhaling slowly, counting for 6. Pause at the top of your breath. And then slowly exhaling everything out. And while you're still lying on your back, maybe even leaving your eyes closed for a moment, we're going to bring the right leg up and cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Interlace the fingers behind the right thigh and just pulling the thigh in towards the belly, feeling that stretch through the left leg. Maybe even rocking side to side. Take a nice deep breath in here, open out the mouth and sigh. Release the hands. We'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Right ankle comes over the left thigh. Interlace the fingers behind the thigh. And pull that left thigh in towards the chest. Maybe rocking slightly. Take a nice deep breath in, open the mouth and sigh. Lowering the legs down. We're going to roll onto our right side. You can use a pillow or block underneath your head. We're going to interlace the fingers behind our back, opening up through the chest. Drawing the arms long down behind you. Take a nice 6 count breath. Exhaling slowly. Staying here for one more breath. Releasing the fingers, maybe elongating through the arms. And taking that top foot and stepping it to the floor behind you. Inhale. Down using your left hand. Roll yourself over to the opposite side. Same thing, interlace the fingers behind the back. Open up through the chest. Take a nice 6 count breath, stretching out through the arms. Just noticing what you're feeling through the chest and the breath here. On the second breath, you can step that top foot back. Stretch out through the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly lower that hand down, leg down. Pressing up gently into seated. Moving any color or block you might have had out to the side. Finding the sits bones, making sure that the back is nice and straight, chest is lifted, chin down slightly. Just placing the palms on the mat. And we're going to start by flexing the right palm and lengthening through that arm. So just with the flex of the palm, you should be able to feel a stretch through the forearm. And we're going to tilt the head towards the left shoulder and slowly start to raise that right arm. That hand flexed and extending as you inhale, stopping when the arm is parallel to the shoulder, and then on the exhale just rotate the hand down, lengthen, and then slowly lower that hand back down to the mat. Relaxing that hand down. Same thing on the opposite side. Arm is extended, hand is flexed, tilting the head, slowly inhaling and lifting. And then rotate the fingertips down and lowering the arm down to the mat, slowly. Simple movement, but it's no joke, right? Press the palms away from you. Interlace the fingers, turn and gaze the head over the left shoulder, taking the chin up. Inhale. Exhale, chin to shoulder. Gaze back through center and over the opposite shoulder, tipping the chin up. Exhale, chin to shoulder. Release the hands. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Keeping the shoulders down and back, chest lifted, lengthening through the back of the head. Exhale, forward flowing. Stay here for one more breath, and as you inhale, try to lengthen through the spine, going longer, then exhale, fold a little further. Sink into the low back. Imagining the tailbone coming all the way down to the mat. And the same with the forehead. Exhaling one more time. Slowly walking the palms back up. Take the legs out long in front of you and open up through the hips. whichever foot you start with first, cradling it in the opposite elbow or holding it with both hands and just making hip circles. Lowering that leg down, bounce up the knees. Same on the opposite side. And then lowering that leg down, bounce out the knees. Inhale the arms all the way up, nice and tall again. Pressing the sits bones into the mat, flexing the feet, fold forward and reach. Staying here for one more breath. Grow long through the spine and then exhale, fold again. Inhale, slowly coming up, rolling up through the back. We're going to come up onto our knees. Setting up for camel pose. Just to start opening up through the back. So you can stay right here and just put the hands at the low back. Slowly starting to bend back. Or you can come up onto the toes, place the hands down on the heels. Up through the chest. Take a couple deep breaths here. Continuing to extend into the pose while you're here. Not just staying motionless, but almost growing up through the chest. Slowly lowering the back down onto the tops of the feet. If you were there, coming back up, come down into child's pose, sink into the heels, forehead resting on the mat. A nice stretch for the arms, maybe rocking the head left and right, or even coming up onto the forearms and the top of the head for a little neck stretch. From here, we're just going to lift the hips up and then sink forward through the chest, taking the hands out, come down into puppy pose, forehead or chin resting on the mat. Breathing here. Sink back down to the hips, into child's pose. Inhale, come up onto all fours. Thread the needle, open up on the right. And then thread through, come down onto the right shoulder, right temple. Inhale up the left arm. Stacking through the shoulders. And just hold here. And 2 nice deep breaths. On the exhale, open your mouth and sigh. Exhaling, sigh. Lowering that left hand down, pressing back up to neutral. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Left arm up, and then thread through. Come down onto the left arm, left temple. Inhale with the right arm, staying right here. Not taking the pose into any extension today. Just focusing on this. Are your shoulders in line? How do you feel? Taking nice deep breaths in, and you open your mouth to exhale, sigh. As you sigh, see if you can sink into the twist a little further. Lowering that right arm down, press up, back into tabletop. Curl the toes under, come into downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet. And the shoulders might feel warmed up now. You need to do it for the rest of the body weight. So up onto the tiptoes maybe, back down to the heels, finding your perfect down dog. Feet hip distance. And when you're ready, inhale up the right leg. Two breaths here on the second exhale. Step the foot all the way forward between the hands. You're going to stay up in a forward lunge. Up on both legs. And then a twist. So inhale, take the arms out. Left arm forward, right arm behind you. And then we're going to tip. Left arm down towards the floor in front of the leg. Right arm up, gaze towards the right arm. Breathing here. You settle into the stretch of the hips, extending through the legs, making sure the whole time that back heel is pressing outward, not letting the legs start to drop. Everything is active, the arms, the legs. Slowly bring the hands down to frame the foot, lower down onto the back knee, flip the back toes out, heels to the right foot. Staying right here. You can roll to the outside edge of the foot or stay on the flat foot. And either coming down onto the forearms while you're here. Breathing. Allowing the hips to release and relax into the pose. Because they definitely don't want to. Just bringing an awareness to your breath and take a nice deep breath in, filling up the bellies and lungs completely with air. Open your mouth and sigh. Up onto long arms, we're going to come into pigeon pose. So heel toe that right foot over to the left wrist. We like this hip opening series. Keeps the lower back in check. Breathing here. You can come down onto your forearms. We're just going to take that back left hip and roll it to the floor. So the left toes point up, right foot comes to the inside of the right thigh, and reach overhead with the right arm, pulling a nice stretch through the right side of the body. Take a nice deep breath in, open the mouth and sigh. Slowly bring the hands back to the top of the mat. Come into downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. See if you can press that right heel into the mat. Lengthen through the muscles of the leg. Reverse it. Left foot presses the heel into the mat. Inhale up the left leg this time, same thing. Step it forward between the hands. Coming up into a lunge. Staying in the high lunge. Right arm comes out in front of you this time. And when you're ready, bring that right hand down in front of the leg. Left arm up. Activating that back heel. Slowly coming down to frame that front foot. Lower down onto the back knee, flip the back toes out. Heel toe that left foot to the edge of the mat. You can stay right here or come down onto your forearms, rolling to the outside edge of your foot. Slowly coming back up into long arms. Heel toe that left foot forward to the right wrist for pigeon. Again, can stay upright or come down onto your forearms. Slowly roll this right hip back, right toes come up, left foot to the inside of the right thigh, and then reach over with the left hand. So the shoulders are stacked, stretching to the left side of the body. Bring the hands back to the top of the mat, back into downward facing dog. We'll take one vinyasa here. Slowly roll forward into plank, nice and slow. Lower all the way down, flip the toes, up dog. Just stay here in up dog for a moment. Slowly start to rest. Back legs and the hips down towards the mat. Stretching out the back. Curl the toes under, come back down into downward facing dog. Hop, step, or float forward. Heel toe the feet out wider than hip distance. Use the two peace fingers. Grab the big toes, cap it with the thumb. Bend the knees, pull the chest down. Let the head hang heavy. Inhale, take the hips and up. Lengthen the legs with the stretch in the arms. Exhale, pull the chest down. Inhale, take the hips up. Release the hands from the feet, grab opposite biceps, and just hang. Letting the head hang heavy. Gently swaying left and right. Shaking the head, no, I will not have negative thoughts and negative speak. And shaking your head, yes, have positive thoughts, positive speak. Gently releasing the hands down to the mat, heel toe the feet back into center. 2 fists width apart, inhale, up halfway lift. Lengthen through the top of the head and the base of the spine. Just stay here for an extra moment. Make sure that the shoulders aren't up by the ears. They're down and back. And your growing as long as possible through the top of the head. Not allowing the shoulders to fall forward, so your back is nice and flat. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way up. Palms meet, hands come to heart center. Forward fold. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Bring the hands all the way up. Palms meet, hands come to heart center. Keeping those palms flat together. We're going to find mountain pose here. Grounding through the balls of the feet and the heels, rotating the inner thighs towards the back of the room, belly buttons into the spine. Shoulders come down and back, chest is lifted, chin down slightly, fingers reaching to the floor. Bring the arms all the way up, palms meet. Hands come to heart center, coming into tree pose. Keeping the left foot planted, the right leg can come into kickstand, calf or thigh. Peeling open through that right thigh, reaching the hands out. Chest is still lifted. Growing your tree. Palms meet, hands come to heart center, lowering that leg, or the foot off of the leg, using the 2 peace fingers. We're going to grab the big toe and reach out with the leg and the arm. You can also use a strap here if you need a little more length. Slowly lowering that leg down, pedal out with the feet. Find mountain pose again. Ground through the feet and the heels. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the chest. Focus on the feelings running through your body right now. How you've activated different locations of your joints and muscles. Taking deeper breaths than you do throughout your whole work day. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up, palms meet, hands come to heart center. Planting the right foot, bringing the left foot into tree pose this time. Whichever one works for you. Chest stays lifted. Palms meet, hands come to heart center. Gently releasing that left leg using the 2 peace fingers. Grab your big toe, taking that left leg out nice and long. Both sides are different. Sometimes the one leg is longer than the other. One arm. Gently lowering that leg down. Pedal out the feet. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up, palms meet. Reverse swan dive, forward fold. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right leg steps back. Left leg. Vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale up the right leg. Step it forward. Coming up into warrior 1. Making sure that the back leg thighs rotated internally. And same with that front leg, keep the knee in line, rotate internally. Slowly exhale, bring the hands down the back, interlace the fingers again. Open up the chest. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, slowly pressing back up through your front foot. Release the hands, and warrior two. Back foot's at 45, still gaze over that front foot. Slowly come back, exalted warrior. Left hand down, behind the back. Cartwheel both hands down to frame the front foot. Slide the right leg back, take a vinyasa. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the left, inhale up the left leg. Same warrior poses. Step forward. Inhale up, warrior one. Take the hands down, interlace the fingers behind the back. Open up through the chest. Slide back bend. Exhale, nose to knee. Slowly coming back up. Warrior two. Move to exalted warrior. Slide the right knee down back. Cartwheel the hands down to frame the front foot. Slide the left foot back. Take the vinyasa. Downward facing dog. One full body roll all the way down to that other mat. Take the arms long behind you. Setting up for locust pose. Palms down. When you're ready, lifting up. Lower legs if there's no back problems. Hand through the chest. Interlacing the fingers, drawing your long down arm to the back. Exhale, lower everything to the floor, right cheek to the mat. Windshield wiper the legs, left and right. Lowering the legs down. And we'll come into bow pose if it's part of your practice. Or you can just do locust again like we previously did. Grabbing the ankles and lifting up. Breathing here. Noticing how the parts of your body feel. This pose is good for elevating your heart rate, but somehow you're not moving. Slowly exhale everything down to that left cheek. Windshield wiper the legs, the right. Lowering the legs down to the mat, bring the hands right underneath the shoulders. Press all the way back into child's pose, forehead on the mat. Use the hands to grab the heels. Letting the elbows fall. Inhale up slowly. I'm going to go straight into the cool down to see if I can actually do a 30-minute class, because I always run long and I probably already have. So we're going to go right into bridge pose using a pillow or block with you if you need it. Making sure that the fingertips can touch the heels. And inhale up the bellies, roll the shoulders under. Breathing here. Gently releasing the shoulders, come down one vertebrae at a time. Slowly. tapping the hips 3 times at the bottom to release negative energy. And then just allow the legs to move side to side. One onto one hip, and then the other. Knees are moving back and forth. Plant the feet, and we'll come into bridge pose one more time. When you're ready, inhaling the tummy up, rolling the shoulders under, clasp the hands behind back. Gently releasing the shoulders, roll down one vertebrae at a time. Tapping the hips 3 times at the bottom. And then again, just let the legs sway back and forth. And then while you're here, we're just going to heel toe the feet out to the edges of the mat, and on one of those sways, we're going to leave that left knee down, keeping the right knee planted. You can even take that right ankle over the left knee to help relax your legs. Slowly lifting that left leg, we'll do the same on the right. Taking the right knee into center, either keeping the left foot planted or taking it right over the left knee. Right knee. Left ankle, right knee. Slowly bringing the legs up. Bringing the hands to the insides of the feet and drawing the knees down on either side of the chest. Into happy baby and gently rocking left and right. Gently releasing the hands from the feet. I'm going to take the feet right together, coming into recline butterfly, allowing the knees to fall apart. Truth mover up, it's part of your practice. Prominent hand on your tummy, less prominent hand on your heart. And just allowing the legs to fall loose and limp, completely relax. And try to intentionally focus on any muscles that might be holding the legs tight, allowing them to release and fall heavy. planted for just a moment. And then coming into your final Shavasana, taking the feet out to the corners of the mat and letting them fall open, palms up, rolling the shoulders under, taking the chin down slightly. Take a nice deep breath in, open up your mouth and sigh. Thought comes into your mind, acknowledge it, but let it pass by. By taking your awareness back to a counted breath, or touching your thumb to each one of your fingers. Allowing the body to fall loose and completely relaxed onto the mat. Slowly bringing your awareness back to your mat. Maybe touching your thumb to each one of your fingers, wiggling your toes, taking a full body stretch like you do first thing in the morning. Gently rolling onto your right side in fetal position. And the reading for today, let the work be more fun. Don't push yourself so hard. Let your actions be effortless, an easy result of learning to focus and learning to trust your inner timing. Learn to let your actions spring naturally and easily from there. Let your inner voice in life guide you into breaks while you're working, while you're focusing on a task. Stop fearing it won't get done and worrying if you're doing it well enough. Take breaks when you need to and let go. Take time at the end of the task too. Time to reward yourself, to feel pleasure in your accomplishment, and to play at the end of the day. See how balance occurs naturally when we trust our heart, and how much easier life can be when we live it from the heart. Gently using your left hand to push yourself to a seated position, hands to heart center. And we'll take 2 healing, energy-sending breaths. On our first breath, seeing someone in our mind's eye who needs healing energy. Inhaling that person into your heart and showering them with beautiful golden light. And on our next breath, we'll take our own. The light in me sees and honors the light in each one of you. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. I hope all of you have a great rest of your weekend and a good week ahead, and I'll see you next week.